Romeo's just a little bit of a bad boy. So I kind of, and that's like, usually I'm a lot more conservative and shy, so playing a quite outlandish character of Romeo who's very confident and charismatic, it's interesting getting into that role. And like with all his friends, he's very, very physical and he's running up to them and bouncing on them and hitting them. So it's been very fun playing Romeo.
Juliet's quite confident in a way. She's kind of been locked away and she doesn't get out that much. I obviously do get out, but she's really confident, and I think we both are in a way, and she's really out there. She just puts herself out there, and she's yeah, especially when she's around Romeo. So I like that part of her, and I think I can identify with that.
I love it. It's absolutely brilliant. It's really engaging, especially when you're watching other people's scenes, and they get so into it, and you follow it the whole way.
Doing Shakespeare is quite interesting for me because I'm studying Shakespeare at school and also extracurricularly, so I haven't actually acted it before, so this is a bit of like a challenge for me, but I'm really enjoying it actually.
I'm really enjoying it. I haven't done much yet, but I think once I get into it, it's going to be really enjoyable. I mean, this is my first play, so I think after that I should start getting into it, but everyone's been really friendly.
Yeah, no, it's good fun, and I love what Mike's done with it. I think it's going to be something that people are going to be very surprised about.
I normally play either the very shy characters or the very aggressive characters. So to play the clown, as it were, is a bit of a challenge. But no, yeah, I've always wanted to play him. So grateful that I could.
Well, I am the Prince of Verona. He's supposed to be keeping the peace in this city of Verona.
We've taken a lot of trouble with the real purist fans by keeping all the set pieces in. We haven't mucked about with the script. All the things they expect to hear will be there. We've got the Romeo, we've got the Queen Mab speech. Everything is there. There's nothing missing. What we've done is looked at it in a new light, tried to make more sense of it in the modern world, and I think everybody should be happy.
I would like a volunteer from the audience to pick a name out of the hat, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please turn your phones off as the performance is about to begin? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their lives, whose misadventured piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end nor could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Three civil brawls, bred of an airy word, by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. But this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Who set this ancient quarrel you broached? Speak, nephew. Were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your enemy, and yours, close fighting ere it did approach. I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt, with his sword prepared. And we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more, and for a time part on part, till the prince came, and parted in the part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Oh, many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew. And away from the light steals home my heavy sun. Shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Dark and portentous must this humour prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know of it, nor can learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would willingly give cure as know.
See, where he comes. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance, or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
The news struck 9.
I mean, sad hours seem long.
What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Well, not having that which having makes them short.
In love.
Out!
Of her.
Out of her favour, where I am in love. I mean, what fray was here?
Oh.
Yet, tell me not, for I have heard it all before. Here is much to do with hate, but more with love. This love feel I, but feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, fair cuz, I'd rather weep.
Good-hearted what?
Thy good heart's oppression.
Such is love's transgressions. Griefs of mine own lie heavy on my breast. Farewell, my cuz.
Soft, I'll go along. And if you leave me so, you do me wrong. Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love?
What shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why no. But sadly tell me who.
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
Well, I ain't so near what I suppose you loved.
And a right good mark, man. Oh, but she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, as soon as it hits.
And in that hit, you'll miss. No. She won't be hit by Cupid's arrow. She is rich in beauty. Only poor that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
She has sworn that she was still of chance.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow, though I live dead to live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Oh, how wilt thou teach me to forget to think?
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
Farewell, my cuz, thou cannot teach me to forget!
I'll pay that doctrine, or else die in debt.
But Montague is bound, as well as I, in penalty alike, and 'tis not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace.
Of honourable reckoning are you both, and pities as you've been at odds for so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
But saying all what I have said before, my child is yet a stranger in the world. Let 2 more summers with her in their pride ere we think her ripe to be a bride.
Young as she is now, our happy mother's maid.
Too soon marred are those so early made, but woo her, gentle Paris. Get her heart. My will in her consent is but part. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love and you. To the store, one more, most welcome, makes my numbers more. Come, go with me. Oh, go, sir. Trudge through the fair streets of Verona. Find the names of the persons written on there, and to them say, my house, welcome, on their pleasure, stay. The names on there, and welcome.
Find them out, whose names are written here. I'm sent to find those persons whose names are here writ, and can never find what name's the writing person hath here writ. Must have learned in good time. Good day, I pray, sir. Can you read?
I mine own fortune in my misery.
Perhaps you've learnt without, but I pray. Can you read anything, you say?
If I know the letters and the language.
You say honestly. Rest Mary.
Stay, good fellow, I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselm and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitravio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline.
Rosaline, Capulet, Placentio, Vitravio, Capulet.
Livia, Signor Valentino and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio and the lively Helen. A fair assembly, whither should they come?
Up.
Whither?
To supper, to a house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked you that before.
No, I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Capulet. And if you not be of the house of Montague...
No.
All right. I pray. Come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulets, sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so lovest, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattainted eye compare her face to some that I will show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendour of mine own.
Nurse! Where is my daughter? Call her forth to me.
What lamb? What ladybird? God forbid, where's this girl? What, Juliet?
How now? Who is that calls?
Your mother.
That is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Juliet, when I was young, Nurse! Come back again. I have remembered me, thou hear our counsel. Thou knows my daughter's of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age unto an hour.
She's not 14.
I lay 14 in my teeth, and yet to my teeth be it spoken I have but 4. She is not 14. How long is it now to Lammas tide?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd, Of all the days of the year, come Lammas Eve at night, shall she be 14. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. But Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, on Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. That shall she marry. Oh, I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years, and she was weaned. I never shall forget it of all the days of the year upon that day. For I then laid wormwood to my dug, sitting in the sun under the dovehouse wall. My one newer than a mature. Nay, I do bear a brain. But as I said, when it did taste of wormwood on the nibble of my dug and felt it bitter, oh, pretty fool to see it tetchy and fall out with the dug. Shake, quoth the dovehouse. 'Twas no need I trowed a bit me trudge. And since that time it is 11 years. For then she could stand alone. Nay, by the rood, she could have run and waddled all about. For even the day before she broke her brow, and my husband, oh God be with his soul, he was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backwards when thou hast more wit. Wilt thou not, Jewel? And on my holy dame, the pretty wretch left crying and said, Oi! 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 Oh, I warrant, and I shall live 1,000 years, I never shall forget it. Oh, pretty fool, it stinted and said, Oi! Oi! Oi!
Enough of this! I pray thee hold thy peace.
Yes, madam.
Juliet!
Yet I cannot choose but laugh. To think he should leave crying and say aye. Yet it had upon his brow a bump as big as a young cockerel's stone, a parlous knock, and it cried bitterly. Yea, quoth my husband, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backwards when thou comest to age. Wilt thou not, Jewel? Quoth he, it stinted and said, Aye! Aye!
Stand down too. Oh, I pray thee, nurse. Say aye.
Oh, peace I have done. God mark thee to his grace. Thou was the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed, and I might live to see thee married once I had my wish.
Marry? That marry is the very theme I came to talk of. Now tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honour I dream not of.
An honour? Were not I thine only nurse, I would say thou had sucked wisdom from thy teeth.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are already made mothers. But on my account, I was your mother much upon these years, that you are now a maid. Thus, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady? Lady, such a man.
Verona summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flowering place, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris's face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. This unbound lover, that beautify him, only lacks a cover. That in gold clasps locks in the golden story. That in gold eyes locks in the... So you shall share all he doth possess by having him making yourself no less.
No less, nay bigger, women grow by men.
Speak freely. Can you like Paris's love?
I'll look to luck, if looking liking move, but no more deep will I doubt mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come, supper served up. You called, milady asked for nurse cursed in the pantry. And everything in extremities. I beseech you, follow straight.
Will you follow me?
Go, girl, seek happy nights to happy days.
Shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we on without an apology?
Well, let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Not I, a torch for me, I am not for this ambling.
Nay,
gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancer's shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead. Those stakes me to the ground, I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced by a shaft. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, should you burden love? Too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like a thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love! Prick love for pricking and you beat love down. Fetch me a case to put my visage in. A visor for a visor. What care I, what curious eye doth quote deformities?
Here, the beetle brow shall blush for me. Come, enter, and no sooner in the every man taking with his legs.
Come, we burn daylight. Ho!
Nay, 'tis not so. Oh, we mean well going to this mask, but 'tis not wit to go.
Why? May one ask?
I dreamed a dream tonight.
And so did I. The dreamers often lie.
Yes, well, they dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Map hath been with you. She is the fairies' midwife. And she comes in shape no bigger than a agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes made of long spider's legs, a cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, the collars of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone, ha! The lash of film, ha! Her wagoner, a small grey-coated gnat, not so big as a round little worm, pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel, old Grub, the time outer of mine, the fairy coachmakers. And in this state, she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Her courtiers' knees who dream on courtesy straight. Her lawyer's fingers who straight dream on fees. Her lady's lips who straight on kisses dream. Which oft the angry mad with blisters plagues, because their breaths of sweetmeats tainted are. Sometime she gallop over a courtier's nose, then dream he of smelling out of suit. And sometime comes she with a tithe pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose as he lies asleep, then dream he of another benefice. Sometime she dreameth over a soldier's neck, then dream he of cutting foreign throats, of breeches, ambuscones, Spanish blades, hells 5 fathom deep, and then anon drums in his ears which he starts and wakes, the being's frightened, swears a prayer or two and sleeps again. This is that very map that plats the manes of horses in the night and bakes elf flocks in foul, sluttish hairs whose once untangled much misfortune bows. This is the hag when maids lie on their backs that presses them and lures them close to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she!
Peace, Mercutio, peace, thou talkest of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are nothing but the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves, and we shall come too late.
No, I fear too early. My mind misgives some consequence yet hanging in the stars. But he who hath steerage of my course, direct my sail. Onward, lusty gentlemen!
have their toes unplagued with corns will have a bout with you. Ah, my mistresses, now who now amongst you will deny to dance? She that makes dainty? She, I swear, have corns. Am I come near ye now? Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day where I have worn a visor and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, such as would please, but 'tis gone, 'tis gone.
Ah.
Gentlemen, welcome. Let's dance. And music.
Take the ribbon from your head, shake it loose and let it fall. Lay it soft upon my skin, like the shadows on the wall. Come and lay down by my side.
Who is she that doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
Till the early morning light. All I'm taking is your time. Help me make it through the night.
Oh, it is she that doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night like a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and by touching hers make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till today, forswear its sight, for I did not know true beauty till this night.
This should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. What dares the slave come hither, covered with an antique face, to flare and scorn at our solemnity? Now, by stock and honour of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
My uncle, this is a Montague, our foe. A villain that has hither come in spite, to scorn our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it? Content the gentle coz, let him alone. Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all of the town here in my house do him disparagement. Therefore, be patient. Take no note of him.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. Who is master here, me or you? Go to, you'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You set mutiny among my guests. You set cock-a-hoop. You be the man. Ha!
My uncle, it is a shame.
Go to. You are a saucy boy. It's so indeed. Be quiet, or I will make you quiet.
I will withdraw. This intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitter gall.
I don't care who's right or wrong. I don't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow. Lord, tonight I need a friend.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, gentle fine is this, my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth rough touch, with tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Oh, have not saints' lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim lips that they must use in prayer.
From the fair saint their lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
then move not. While my prayers effect I take. Thus from my lips by yours, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
And trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Your lady mother prays your word with you.
Oh, what is her mother?
Mary Bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise, and a virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked with all. Oh, I tell you that he that can lay hold of her shall have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh dear, account my life is in my foe's dead.
Away, be gone! The sport is at its best.
Aye, so I fear the worst is my unrest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman? What's he who follows there who would not dance?
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love, sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown and known too late. Prodigious birth of love, it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
Oh, anon, anon, the strangers are all gone. Come, let's away.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo!
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 Now old desire doth in his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir. That fair for which love groaned for and would die, with tender Juliet matched is now not fair. Now Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks, but to his foe supposed he must complain, and she still loves sweet bait from fearful hooks. Being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers used to swear. And she, as much in love, her needs much less to meet her new beloved anywhere. But passion lends them power. Time means to meet, tempering extremities with extreme.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo!
He is wise, and on my lie hath stolen him home to bed.
Ran this way and climbed this orchard wall. Call good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo! Humors! Madman! Passion! Lover!
And if he hear thee, thou will anger him.
This cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise a spirit in his mistress's circle of some strange nature, letting it there stand till she had laid it and conjured it down.
Kill me, I've hid himself amongst these trees.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now will he sit under a medlar tree and wish his mistress with that kind of fruit as maids call medlars when they laugh alone. Romeo, that she were, oh, that she were, an open arse, thou a poppering pear. Romeo, good night. I'll to my truckle bed. This filled bed is too cold for me to sleep.
He gestured scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light from yonder window breaks? 'Tis the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, for she is already but sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. Oh, it is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks and yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, and I will answer it. Oh, I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks, but two of the fairest stars in all of heaven, having some business to entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. Or what if her eyes were there, and they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp. Her eye in heaven would through this airy region stream so bright, that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she rests her hand upon her cheek. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand. Oh, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo. Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name, or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Oh, shall I hear more of this, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? 'Tis nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Or be some other name. That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet, so Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. It is hateful to myself as it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance yet. I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo? And a Montague?
Neither, fair saint. If either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art. If any of my kinsmen find thee here, if they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than in 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight. But thou love me. Well, let them find me here! My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
Thou know'st the mask of night is on my face. Else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? Why, no, thou wilt say aye. And I will take thee at thy word, but if thou swearest thou mayest prove false at lovers' perjuries, then say, Jove laughs. Oh, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou think'st I am too quickly won, I'll frown, and be perverse, and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo, but else, not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behaviour light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those who have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst ere I was where my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Shh! Lady, by yonder blessed moon I swear that tips with silver these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, or the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
Well then, what shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
Oh, if my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden. Sweet, good night. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. Good night, as sweet repose and rest come to thy heart, as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
Oh, no. The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. And the more I give to thee, the more I have, for both infinite.
Madam Juliet!
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse! Sweet Montague, be true, stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. But, being in night, I am afeard that all this is but a dream. Too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, then good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honourable, thy purpose married, send me word tomorrow, where one I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
I come anon! But if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee, to cease thy suit and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow I will send. 1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes towards love, as schoolboys from their books.
Romeo! Romeo!
My dear,
At what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
at the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I forgot why I did call thee back.
Oh, let me stay here till thou shalt remember it.
I shall forget. To have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I shall still stay here to have thee forget. Forgetting any other home but this.
Well, 'tis almost morning. I would have thee gone. Oh, good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow. I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell in thine eye, and peace on thy breast. Oh, were I so sweet to sleep, so peace to rest? Hence must I to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.
Just one more kiss.
Now ere the sun does advance his burning eye, the day to cheer and the night's dank dew to dry, I must fill up this osier cage of ours with faithful weeds and precious juiced flowers. O mickle, the powerful grace that lie in herbs, plants, stones, and their true qualities. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this, being smelt, with that part cheers each part. Being tasted, slays all senses of the heart. Two such opposite kings encamp them still, in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Come on, father.
Benedicite. What early tongue so sweet salute me? Young son, it argues in a tempered's head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Or if not so, then here I did right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight?
The last was true, the sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon, Sid. Wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline? Ghostly father, no, I've forgotten that name and that name's woe.
That is, my good son. Where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee ere they ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, for on a sudden one hath wounded me that's by me wounded. And both our remedies within thy hope and holy physic lies.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession find but a riddling shrift.
Then plainly know, my heart's dear love is set on the daughter of rich Capulet. So mine is set on hers, so hers is set on mine. All combined, save what thou must combine through holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed, we made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us. Today.
St. Francis, what a change is here. Is Rosaline, who thou didst love so dear, so forsaken? Young men's love, their lies, not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Now, when these woes were all for Rosaline, and art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall, when there is no strength left in men.
Well, thou chidest me oft for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not loving people.
And badest me bury
not
love.
in a grave, to lay one in, another to have out.
I pray thee, chide not. She whom I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well. Thy love did read by rote and could not spell. But come. Young waver, come, go with me. In one respect, thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancour to pure love.
Oh, let us hence! I stand on a sudden haste!
Wisely as study they stumble that run fast.
Oh. Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
That pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosalind, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life!
Well, Romeo will answer it.
Any man who can read may answer a letter.
No, Answer the letter's master, as he dares, being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo! He is dead already, stabbed with a white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft by the blind bowboy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
Ah, more than Prince of Cats, I can tell you. He is the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prig song.
No.
Oh, yeah. Keeps time, distance, proportion. Rests me his minimum rest. 1, 2, and a third in your bosom. The very butcher of a silk button. A duelist! A duelist! A gentleman of the very first house, of the first and second calls. The immortal Passado. The punto reverso. The ha!
What?
The pox of such antic, lisping, effecting fantasticos. These new tuners of accents. Aye, do you think they're very fine bled?
Oh, here comes Romeo.
Ah, that is roe like a dried herring. Flesh, flesh. How art thou fishified? Senor Romeo. Bonjour. There is a French salutation to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Ah, good morrow to you both. And what counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir. The slip. Can you not conceive?
Oh, good Mercutio. My business was great, and in a case such as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
And to say, such a case as yours, confines a man to bow in their hands.
Meaning to curtsy.
Ah! Why is not this better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art, as well as by nature. For this drivelling love is nothing but a great natural that runs lolling up and down to put his bauble in a hole.
Oh, he's goodly gear.
Oh, a sail! A sail, a sail!
Two, a shirt and a smock.
Peter, my fan, Peter.
Good, Peter, to hide her face. For her fan is the fairer face.
Good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good den, fair gentle woman.
Is it good then?
'Tis no less, I tell you, for the bawdy hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Upon you, what man are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made himself to mar.
On my troth, it is well said. For himself to mar, quoth he. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I may tell you, though young Romeo will be older than when thou sought him. I am the younger of that name, for fault of a worse.
You speak well if you be he, sir. I desire some confidence with you.
Dueling talking to some supper.
Aboard, aboard, aboard! Romeo, will you come to your fathers? Will to dinner thither?
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell.
Lady, lady, lady! Oh, marry farewell! Oh, I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his roguery?
One gentle nurse, that God, and loves to hear himself speak. He will speak more in a minute than stand two in a month.
And he speaks anything against me, I'll take him down. And he will lustier than his, and 20 such jacks. And thou must stand by too and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
I saw no knave use you as his pleasure. If I had, my weapon would have quickly been out, I warrant you.
Well, for God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave,
For you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bid me inquire you out. Now what she bid me say, I shall keep to myself. But first, let me tell you, if you should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, truly it were an ill thing. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing. Ow.
My fair nurse, My fair nurse, commend me to my mistress. I protest unto thee.
Oh, good heart and faith! I will tell her as much, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell thy lady nurse? That does not mark me.
And I will tell her that you do protest, which as I take it is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some reason to go to shrift this afternoon, and there, at Friar Lawrence's cell, shall she be shrived and married. Here, for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Oh, go to it. Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir. Well, she shall be there.
Farewell, my nurse. Commend me to my mistress.
God in heaven bless you. Hark ye, sir.
Yes, fair nurse.
My mistress is the sweetest lady.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, forsooth. Peter.
Anon.
Peter, take my fan and go before in a pace. Oh, jeez.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. Well, it's 3 long hours, yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm, youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. Oh God, she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Oh Lord, why lookest thou sad? Although news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am weary. Give me leave a while. Oh, fire, my bones ache. Oh, what a jaunt have I had. Oh.
Would thou had my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee, speak. Good nurse, speak.
Jason, what haste? Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, and I'll say the circumstance. Is good or bad? Let me be satisfied.
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Oh, Romeo? No, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's. And for a hand, and a foot, and a body, though they not to be talked upon, yet they are past compare. He's not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What have you dined at home?
No, but all this I did know before. What says he about marriage? What of that?
Oh, my head. How my head aches. It beats as it would fall in 20 pieces. Oh, my back. Oh, t'other side. Oh, my back. Beshrew your heart for setting me about to catch my death with joining up and down.
I'faith, I am sorry thou art not well. Come, good nurse, what says my love?
Well, your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Where she is within, where should she be? How oddly thou repliest, your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
God's lady dear, are you so hot? Marry, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messaging yourself.
Here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Do you have leave to go to Shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Now comes the wanton blood up into your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to church. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon or night. Go, out to dinner, hie you to the cell. Oh, I have something for you. Oh, my beautiful girl.
High to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen. But come what sorrow can. It cannot countervail the exchange of joy that gives me in one short minute of her presence. Do thou but close our hands with holy words. Then love devouring death, do what he dare, it is enough that I may call her mine.
Here comes the lady. Oh, so light of foot will ne'er wear out the everlasting flint. The lover may bestride the gossamer that idles in the wanton summer air. And yet, not fall. So light is vanity.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
As much to him, else is his thanks too much.
Oh, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, and I more the skill to blazon it, then enrich this neighbour air with sweet music's tongue, and unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either by this encounter.
Conceit, more rich in substance than in words, brags of his matter, not of ornament. They are but beggars that can count their worth. But my true love is grown to such excess, I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come, for we shall make short work, for by your leave you shall not be left alone until Holy Church incorporate two in one.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I love it.
It is actually so good.
Yeah.
Most of the cast end up being, as I like to call them, the Montague crew, where they're all my friends. So it's very good interacting with them. There's loads of people you can interact with. We try and get the real like gang atmosphere there.
If you keep it too large, the chemistry doesn't really work. Whereas now we're quite a close cast. We've done shows all together before. So Kim, Kevin, we've all done shows before. So, but Lindisfarne's quite, what's the word I'm looking for? A select group, but they take everybody else as well. So all new people are always introduced.
It's really nice because everyone's really welcoming and everyone's really helpful. Even though I've not learned all my lines so far, everyone's really supportive about the whole thing.
What we've done is looked at it in a new light, tried to make more sense of it in the modern world, and I think everybody should be happy. You're going to get a creative production which still contains the basic Romeo and Juliet as Shakespeare wrote, with all the beauty and all the poetry.
Like, you can look at a monologue, you look at a monologue in a situation, you go, all right, so this monologue is about a page long and it's really sad.
Yeah.
And so you can't just...
like it's boring.
It's the monotony of going,
yeah.
oh, he's sad, he's sad, he's sad. So
Yeah.
it's finding the lines where you can go, oh, this bit he's going to be a bit angry, this bit he's
Yeah.
going to be a bit more happy, and he's going to be like trying to remember
And
what it's like to love
the
Juliet.
different levels of all the emotion as well.
So it's
crazy,
going from-
yeah. But it's fun working
Yeah, it's
out.
finding the range.
Fun, yeah.
Well, the character is central to the plot as this character is connected to the Capulet family, and is something of a go-between between Romeo and Juliet.
It's been challenging. I think Mike wants a lot from us, but that's good because he really makes us work hard and get into the characters, and so you get more out of it, I think.
Why is it sensible?
The day is hot and the Capulets abroad.
Thou art like one of those fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps he his sword upon the table and says, God send me no need of thee. Then, by the operation of the second cup, draws it upon the drawer when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a thing?
Come, come. Thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy.
And what two?
Nay, and there were two, we should have none, for one would kill the other. Thou, why thou wouldst quarrel with the man that's had a hair more or hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou hast quarrelled with the man for coughing in the street, because hath awakened thy dog asleep in the sun, and thou wilt tutor me from quarrelling.
By my head. Here comes Tybalt.
Ha! By my heel, I care not. Gentlemen, good day. A word with one of you. But one word with one of us. Couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow. You should find me answer up to that, sir, and you will give me occasion. Could you not find some occasion without giving? Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo. Consort? What dost thou make us, minstrels? And now make minstrels of one of us looks to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Zounds, consort!
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were meant to look. Let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Peace be with you. Here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if he wear your livery.
Romeo! The hate I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage of such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore farewell, I see thou knowest me not.
Boy! The injuries that thou hast done me. Turn and draw.
I do protest, I never injured thee, but loved thee, better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good Capulet, a name which I tender as dearly as my own, I pray thee, be satisfied.
Oh, come! Vile, dishonourable! Submission? Tybalt, you rat catcher! Will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Ha! Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives. Will you pluck your sword from out his pitcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about yours ere it be out.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your passado.
Draw Benvolio, beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, for shame. The prince hath expressly forbidden bandying in Verona's streets. Good Mercutio, gentle Tybalt. Mercutio, please. Gentlemen, Mercutio! Oh, good Mercutio!
Yeah, go on. Get thee hence!
I am hurt. Is he gone and have nothing?
What of the hurt?
Aye, a scratch, Mary, a scratch. 'Tis enough. Well, go, villain, and fetch me a surgeon.
Oh, come on, the hurt can't be that bad.
'Tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant, for this world. Oh, a plague on both your houses. Sounds, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat that scratches a man to death. A rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil you came between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me, Benvolio, I shall faint. Plague on both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and so to your houses. A plague on both 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 your houses. A plague.
Romeo! Romeo! Good Mercutio! He's dead! The gallant spirit has inspired the clouds, which chill untimely heat did scorn the earth.
On this day's black fate, more days doth depend. This but begins the woes that others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive and in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Now, Tybalt, take back the villain thou gavest me of late. For Mercutio's soul is not so high above our heads, and he waits for thine to accompany him. So either thou, or I, or both must join him!
Thou wretched boy, thou didst consort with him here, shall with him hence.
Let's shall decide that!
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
Oh, noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. Here lies the man slain by young Romeo, who slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt! Oh, Tybalt! Oh, Prince, so cousin husband!
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo, who spoke him fair, bade him think how nice the quarrel was, and urged with all your high displeasure. Tybalt, death to peace, tilts for piercing steel of bold Mercutio's breast, who all assault turns deadly point to point, and sends it back to Tybalt. Romeo, he cries, hold friends, friends part, and twixt them rushes, underneath whose arm a heaviest thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio, and Tybalt fled. By and by comes back to Romeo, and to it they go like lightning, for all I could do to part them. Stout Tybalt slain. And as he fled, did Romeo turn and fly. To be the truth, Benvolio died.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. He speaks not true. Prince, I beg for justice as thou art must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio. Who now the price of his dear blood doth owe?
But Romeo, Prince, he was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offence, immediately we do exile him hence. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears, nor prayers shall purchase out abuses, therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he's found, that hour is his last. Bear hence these bodies, and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus's lodging. Such a wagoner's python would whip you to the west, and bring in cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love performing night that runaways' eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms untalked of and unseen. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. Oh, so tedious as this day, as is the night before some festival to an impatient child that hath new robes, but may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news in every tongue that speaks, but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Now, nurse, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hand?
Oh, well a day. He's dead! He's dead! He's dead! Oh, we are undone, lady! We are undone! Like the day, he's gone! He's killed! He's dead!
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can. No, heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo! Romeo! Whoever would have thought it, Romeo?
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? This torture should be roared in dismal hell. Hath Romeo slain himself?
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes. Here upon his manly breast, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore blood. Oh, I swimed in at the sight.
Oh, break my heart.
Oh, Tybalt, Tybalt, best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo dead and is Tybalt slaughtered? My dear love cousin and my dear lord. Oh, then dreadful trumpets sound the general doom, for who is living if those two are gone?
Tybalt is dead and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh God! Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. Did, alas the day it did.
Oh, serpent heart, hid with a flowering face. Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful, tyrant, fiend, angelical, dove-feathered, raven, wolfish, ravening lamb. Despised substance, of divinest show just opposite to what thou justly seemst. A damned saint, an honourable villain. Oh, nature, what hast thou to do in hell when thou disavour the spirit of a fiend? Immoral paradise of such sweet flesh. Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
There is no faith, no trust, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn, all naught, all dissemblers. Shame come to Romeo.
Blessed be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is a shame to sit, for 'tis a throne, where honour may be crowned sole monarch of the universal earth. What a beast I was to chide at him.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Should I speak ill of him? It is my husband. Oh, Paul. My lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours' wife, hath mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back. Foolish tears. My husband lives, that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt dead, that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was, worse than Tybalt's death that murdered me. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo
Vanished.
Banished. That word, that one word, banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. Tybalt's death was woe enough, but with a reward ending there. Romeo is banished. To speak that word is Romeo, Tybalt, father, mother, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There is no end, no limit, measure bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Where is my father and my mother now?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse. Will you go to them? I'll bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with tears. Mine shall be spent when there's a drive for Romeo's banishment. I'll to my wedding bed. And death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead.
Oh, hide in your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark ye, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll to him. He's hid at Lawrence' cell.
We'll find him. Give this ring to my true knight. And bid him come to take his last farewell.
Romeo! Romeo! Come forth, thy fearful man! Thy affliction is enamoured of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity. I bring thee tiding of the prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment banished from his lips. Not body's death, body's banishment.
Banishment. Oh, be merciful. Say death. For death hath less terror in his look. Much less than exile do not say death.
Hence from Verona art thou banished. This is dear mercy, and thou shalt see it.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives. And every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing, may live here in heaven and look upon her. But Romeo may not. More validity, more courtship, more honourable state lives in carrion flies than in Romeo. For they can seize upon the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal immortal blessings from her lips. Or even in pure and vestal modesty, with blushes to think her own kisses sing. But not Romeo. He is banished. Flies may do this, but from this I must fly. They are free men, and I am banished. Sayest thou yet that exile is not death? Hast thou no poisoned mix? No sharp ground knife? No sudden mean of death, though ne'er so mean as banished to kill me? Banished? O friar the damned, use that word in hell. Howlings attended. How hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend, profess, to mangle me with that word banished?
Fond madman, if we speak but a word, to comfort thee thou art banished.
Oh, but banished! I'm not philosophy, unless philosophy can make a Juliet. Displant a town. Reverse the prince's doom. It matters not, it prevails not, talk no more.
Then I see madmen have no ears.
How can they? When those same wise men have no eyes. Thou canst not talk of that which thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet, thy love, an hour but married, Tybalt murdered, and doting like me, and like me banished, well then mightest thou speak!
Oh, my lady weeps and weeps, and now falls on her bed, and then starts up, and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then falls down again.
As if that name shot from the deadly level of a gun did murder her, as that name's wretched hand did murder her cousin. Tell me, friar, tell me, where does my name lie? Tell me that I may sack the information!
Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art. Thy tears are womanish. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself? What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive! There art thou happy? Tybalt would kill thee. But thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy too. The law that threaten death, become thy friend, and turn it into exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings light be upon thy back. Go, get me to thy love, instant comfort her, but look thou stay not till the watch be set, for thou canst pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live, until we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg a pardon from the prince, and call thee back. Go before nurse, commend thee to thy lady, and bid hasten all the house to bed, which sorrow's chide makes the nap done too. Romeo is coming.
My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Do so. Bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Here, sir. The ring she bid me give you. Are you? Make haste, for he grows very late.
Oh, how well my comfort is revived by this. Go, get you gone. Sojourn in Mantua. I'll find your man, who shall signify from time to time every good have the chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
A past grief calls out on me. A grief so sweet to part with thee. Farewell.
Take the ribbon from your hair, shake it loose and let it fall. Lay it soft against your skin, like the shadows on the wall. Come and lay down by my side till the early morning light. All I'm taking is your time. Help me make it through the night. I don't care what's right or wrong, and I won't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow, for tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead, gone, and tomorrow is out of sight. It's so sad to be alone. Help me make it through
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet midday. It was the nightingale and not the lark that hears the fearful hollow of thy ear.
Oh, it was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, love. What envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder wreath? I must away, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight, I know it. It is some meteor that the sun exhales to be to thee this night a torchbearer, and to light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet. Thou needest not to be gone.
Oh, let me be taken. Let me be put to death. I am content so thou will have it so. I'll say that yon grave is not the morning's eye, nor that the lark whose notes do beat in the vaulty heaven so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death and welcome, for Juliet wills it so. How is my soul? Let's talk. It is not dead.
Oh, it is. It is high. Hence be gone. Away. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More dark and dark our world.
Madam, your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
A window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss.
Will thou be gone? Love, lord, I, husband, friend. I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. By this count I shall be much in years, ere I again behold my Romeo.
I will omit no opportunity to convey my love and greetings to thee. Farewell.
What thinkest thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes shall serve. Adieu. Adieu.
Her daughter, are you up?
Who is that calls?
How now, Juliet?
Madam, I'm here. I'm not well.
Nevermore weeping your cousin's death.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
Margot, weep not so much for his loss. It's that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
Aye. But from the reach of these, my hands would none that I might venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it. Fear thou not, then weep no more.
Indeed. I never shall be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him dead.
But now I tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such needy times.
Well, 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 thou hast a careful father, child, one who, to pull thee from thy heaviness, has sorted a Sunday of joy, one that I did not expect, nor I'd look not for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Marry, my child. Early next Thursday morn, the gallant young and noble gentleman, the County Paris at St. Peter's Church, will happily make thee there a joyful bride.
I wonder at this haste that I must wed. Ere he that should be husband comes to woo, I pray you, tell my daughter, my father, I will not marry yet. And when I do, it shall be to Paris, whom you know I hate, rather than him.
Here comes your father, tell him so yourself. See how we will take it at your hands.
Now, a conduit girl? What, still in tears? How now, wife, have you delivered to her our decree?
I say, but she will none. She gives thanks, but I would forward marriage to her grave.
Soft. Take me with you. Take me with you, wife. How will she numb? Does she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Does she not count her blessings, unworthy as she is, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom?
Not proud, you have, but thankful. That you have proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful. Even for hate that is meant love.
How now, chop logic? What is this? Proud, and I thank you, and I thank you not, and yet not proud, mistress minion you. Well, thank me no thankings. Proud me no prouds, but fettle your fine joints to go with Paris on Thursday next to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Oh, out, you green sickness carrion, you baggage tallow face!
Fie, what are you, mad? Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, you disobedient wretch! I'll tell you what. Go thee to church on Thursday, or never again look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. Oh, my fingers itch. Oh, wife, we scarce thought us blessed that God lent us but this only child, but now I see this one is one too much, and we have a curse in having her. Out on our Hilding!
God in heaven bless her, you would have blamed my lord to right her soul.
Oh, why, my mistress Wisdom, hold your tongue!
Be not one speak.
Peace! Mumbling fool, go utter your gravity or a gossip's bowl, for here we need it not!
You are too hot.
God's bread! Oh, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, tide, time, work, play, alone, in company. Still, my only care has been to have her married. And now, having provided a gentleman of noble parentage, fair demeanness, youthful, nobly trained, stuffed, as they say, with honourable parts, proportioned as one would wish a man, and then to have a wretched, puling fool, a whining mammet in her fortune's tender, to answer me, I will not wed. I cannot love. I am too young. I pray you pardon me. But as you will not wed, I'll pardon you. Graze where you will, you shall not house with me. Look to it, think on it, or I do not use the jest. Thursday is near. Lay hand on heart, advise, and you will be mine. I'll give you to my friend. But be you not, then hang, beg, starve, die in the streets, for upon my soul I shall ne'er acknowledge thee, nor what is mine shall ever do thee good. Trust to it, bethink you, I will not be forsworn.
Oh, sweet, my mother comforts me not away. Delay this marriage for a week, a month, or if thou wilt not, make that bridal bed in the dim monument where Tim will lie.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh God. Oh, nurse. How shall this be prevented? What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joysome comfort, nurse?
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing. He dares ne'er come back to challenge you. And since the case so stands as now it doth, I think it best you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a dish close to him. An eagle, madam, hath not so quick, so green, so fair an eye as Paris hath. Through my very heart, I think you are happy in this second match, for it excels your first. Or if it did not, your first is dead. Or 'twere as good as he were, as living here and you no use of him.
Speakest thou from thy heart? has comforted me marvellous much. Go in and tell my lady I'm gone, having displeased my father to Lawrence Stell to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry I will, and this is wisely done.
I'll to the friar, to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself hath power to die.
Thursday, sir? Well, this time is very short.
My father capped him to have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind, and even as this course I like it not.
Immoderately she weeps towards death, and I little talked of love. Venus smiles not in a house of tears.
Look, sir, here comes the lady towards myself.
Ah, happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be so, and I may be a wife.
That must be love on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That is a certain text.
Come you to make confession to his father?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him.
That may be, I am sure that you love me.
If I do so, it will be of more price being spoke behind your back than to your face. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure, pensive daughter, serves me now. My lord, we must entreat this time alone.
God shield I should disturb such devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse ye. Until then, adieu and keep this holy kiss.
Oh, God, shut the door. And when thou hast done so, come weep with me, past hope, past cure, past help.
Ah, Juliet, I already know of thy grief. It strains me past the covers of my wits, and nothing may prorogue it. On Thursday next, be married to this county.
Tell me not, friar, that thou hearest of this, or give me some present counsel, or behold me not so long to speak. I long to die if what thou speakest speak not of remedy.
Hold then, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate as an execution, which is as desperate as we would prevent. But if thou darest, I give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leave, rather than marry Paris from off the battlements of yonder tower. Bid me walk in thievish ways, or lurk where serpents are. Chain me with roaring bears, or lock me nightly in a charnel house, and I will do so, without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold, daughter. Go home, and be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse die with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou of, and presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humour, for no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease. Then, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. And then, as the manner of our country is, with my best robes uncovered on the bier, thou shalt be born to the same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. And in the meantime shall Romeo by my letters know of our drift. Hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking. And that very night Romeo shall bear thee hence to Mantua. And this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy nor womanish fear abate thy valour in the acting it.
Oh, give me, tell me not of fear.
Hold. Get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I send a fire with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear friar.
What, is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
Aye, parson.
Well, he may chance to do some good on her. A peevish, self-willed harlotry it is. Oh, how now? Where have you been gadding?
Where I've learnt me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition and beg your pardon. Pardon me, I beseech you. Henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
I met the youthful lord at Lawrence Cell and gave him what become love I might, not step over the bounds of modesty.
Well, I'm glad of it. This is well. This is as should be.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me sort such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow? I pray you, leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many orisons to move the heavens, to smile upon us my state, which, well thou knowest, is cross and full of sin.
What are you busy, ho? Need you my help?
No, madam, we have called such necessaries as are both hopeful for our state tomorrow. So please you, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you. For I'm sure you have your hands full all in this so sudden business.
Well, get thee to bed, and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint, cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. Come, vile. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then? Tomorrow morning? No. No, this shall prevent it. Lie thou there. What if it be a poison that this friar subtly hath ministered to have me dead? Lest in this marriage he be dishonoured, because he married me before to Romeo. I fear it is. And yet methinks it should not, for he hath still been tried a holy man. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo hath come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Romeo, I come. This I do drink to thee.
Juliet, fast I warrant her. Why, lamb, why, lady, Why, you slug a bed? Why, love, I say, madam, sweetheart, why, bride? What, not a word? Hmm? Take your pennyworth now. Sleep for a week. Next night, I warrant the county Paris have set up his rest, that you shall rest but little. Oh, God forgive me. Marry a lady, men. How sound is she asleep? Oh, I must needs wake her. Madam, madam, madam. What? Dress? And in your clothes and down again? I must needs wake you. Lady, lady, lady. Alas, alas. Oh, oh. She's dead! Oh, well a day that Roy was born! Shabak Romeo, ho! My lord! My lady!
What noise is here?
Oh, the man will die!
What is the matter?
Oh, look how every day!
Me. Oh, me. Look up. My only child, look up. Revive or I will die with thee. Help. Call help. Help.
For shame, bring Juliet forth, the Lord is come.
She's dead. Deceased. She's dead and like the day.
Like the day she's dead.
Oh. Oh. Oh, she's cold. Her blood is settled. Joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Oh, son, the night before my wedding, and death has lain with my wife, and she lies.
Have I thought long to see his morning's face? And nothing keep me such a sight as this.
All things preordained festival, turning their office to black funeral house. Our instruments to melancholy bells, our wedding feast to sad burial feast. As solemn hymns to solemn dirges change up. Bridal flowers thou serve for miracle. And all things must change them to the contrary.
Sir, go you in. And madam, go with him. And go to Paris. Everyone prepare to follow this corpse unto her grave. The heavens do lower upon you for some ill. Move them no more by crossing their high will.
News from Verona! How now, Benvolio? How is my father? Is my Juliet well? How's my Juliet? I ask you this again because naught could be ill if she be well.
And she is well, and nothing can be ill. Body lies in Capul's monument. Her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell you.
Forgive me for bringing this ill news. Is it even so?
Thou knowest my lodgings. Then go. Fetch me ink and paper and hire me fledgling horses. I will away tonight.
I do beseech thee, Romeo, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and doing books from this adventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Go, do these things I bid thee do. Have thou no letters from the friar?
No, fair cuss.
Never mind then. Go! Hire me those horses, I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will bed with you tonight. No, I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts he dwells. What ho! Apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come, man. I see thou art poor. Hold. Here is 40 ducats. Give me a dram of poison, a soon speeding gear as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the world-weary taker may fall dead.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
The world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be not poor, break it and take this.
My poverty, not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing and drink it off, and if you have the strength of 20 men, it will dispatch you straight.
There is thy gold. A worse poison in men's hearts, and commits more murders in this longsome world than these compounds which thou mayest not sell. Hence must I to Juliet's grave to use thee.
Holy Franciscan! Friar! Brother! Home! That same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if it might be, give me his letters.
Going to find the barefoot brother out. One of our order to associate me here in the city. And finding him, the searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and wouldn't let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bare then my letter to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again. Nor get a messenger to bring it thee. So fearful were they of infection.
I mustered the monument alone. Within 3 hours, fair Juliet will wake and beshrew me that Romeo had no notice of these accidents. But I will write again to Mantua. The poor living corpse buried in a dead man's tomb.
Give me that torch, boy, and stand aloof. Put it out, for I will not be seen. Whistle then to me if thou hearest something approach. sweet flower, upon flowers thy bridal bed I strew. And nightly will I look upon thy grave and weep.
The boy keeps me wanting something, don't approach.
That Paris Montague Montague had murdered my lost cousin, of which supposed the fair creature died, and now has come to do some villainous shame towards dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thine hallowed toil, bound Montague! Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Good villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go, but thou must die! Good gentle youth! Tempt not a desperate man. Go, fly hence, think upon these gone. I beseech thee, put not another sin upon my head, by urging me to fury! Go, be gone! By heaven, I love thee better than I love myself, for hither do I come armed against you! Go, live! And hereafter say, a madman's mercy bid thee run away. I do defy these conjurations, and apprehend thee a villain here! Wilt thou provoke me? Stand her at thee, boy! I am slain. If thou be merciful, pay me with Juliet. In faith I will. Oh, let me peruse this face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble county Paris. My man told me Paris was to marry Juliet. Give me thy hand. One writ with mine in sour misfortune's book. Here lies Juliet. And her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death, that hath sucked the honey of thy breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks. And death's pale flag is not advanced there. Tybalt? Is that you there under this bloody sheet? Oh, what better favour can I do thee than with the hand to cut thy youth in twain under his that was thy enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Here will I stay, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I sleep with worms that are thy chambermaid. Here will I set up my everlasting rest and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this woe-weary flesh. Oh, eyes, look your last, and arms, hold your last embrace.
kind lips. You dose of breath. Seal now with righteous kiss a dateless bargain with engrossing death. Come. Bitter conduct. Come. Unsavory guy. Run now on the dashing rocks. This seasick weary bark. Here's to my love. Thus, with a kiss, I die.
Romeo! Romeo! What blood is this that stays the holy entrance of this sepulchre? Romeo. So pale. Who else? Paris too? Steeped in blood? What unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance? My lady.
Comfortable friar. Where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
Hey, some noise, lady. You come from this deathbed of contagion and unnatural sleep. The power that we can conjure is have thwarted our intent. Come away. My husband in thy bosom there lie dead. And Paris too. Come. I'll dispose of thee. Among a sisterhood of holy nuns. But stay not to question for the one she's coming. Come! Go, Juliet!
Go, get thee hence, for I will not away.
I dare no longer stay.
What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. Oh, child, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them, to make die with a restorative. Oh, thy lips are warm.
Lead, boy, which way?
Yea, noise. Oh, then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger. This is thy sheath. let me die.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning's rest?
What should it be that they stroke so abroad? What fear is this that startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the Count of Paris slain. And Romeo dead. And Juliet dead before. Woman nearly killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Oh, heavens! Wife! Look how she bleeds! This dagger has mistaken, lo, his house is empty on the back of Montague, has missheathed in my daughter's bosom.
This sight of death is about, and it wants my aged to a sepulchre.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir more early down. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. Aye, a winking at your discords too. Lost the brace of kinsmen. All are punished. A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun, in sorrow, will not show his head. Go hence, have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished.
There never is a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
All I'm taking is your time. Help me make it through the night. Well, I don't care who's right or wrong. I don't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow. Lord, tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And it's sad to be alone. Help me make